Welcome everybody. Today I'm going to be painting airbrushing a whitetail deer, and I'm going to bring you along for the ride, show you how I do it, the colors I use. I've already did all my epoxy work and glued the nose. I used the Mod Podge gloss on the nose. All that's done. I'll show that in another video, but let's get to airbrushing. I'm going to start on the mouth on this deer, so I'm going to flip him upside down. That way I can get up in the mouth. I'm going to start with a cocoa brown. Cocoa brown. I don't speak very good English. I want a pretty thin line here. Very little paint coming out. That should be good right there. I'm basically getting that paint up inside the mouth where I've put the epoxy. You don't have to worry about the hair there. It'll come off the hair. So on this bottom lip, the hair gets real thin close to the lip line, and I'm just gonna touch that. Make sure it has some paint on it. That's good. Double check. That's good for the upside down portion. When I have it upside down, a lot of times I'll check and make sure there's no bare spots, like there's a little light spot here. I'm just gonna kind of blend that a little bit. When I start with a color, I wanna do everything on the deer with that color, so I don't have to keep cleaning the airbrush to use the same color. So that's good on the mouth for the cocoa. I'm going to touch up around the nose here. I don't know if you can see this, but there's light spots around the nose. I'm going to bring that in, and then I'll show you how I use the flesh color to blend it. Come around here. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do the same thing, same color as I did the mouth up here on the eyes. And I want to cover a bigger area on the eye because the hair thins down. See it coming away from the eyelid, the hair kind of thins down. So I want to make sure all this skin around the eye has paint on it, and to be on the safe side, I'm going to cover a bigger area lightly because I can wipe it off the hair. It's like if I don't get all that skin covered, it will eventually lighten up, like fade. So I want to make sure it has paint on it. Look at that eye. A lot of times, the a lot of times if there's light, a lot of times there's thin spots in the hair right behind the horns. I'll touch that and make sure that skin's got paint on it. The ears, this one had bad split cut up ears, so the outside edge I'm gonna touch. I'm gonna have to work on this one just a little bit. Well, it's got the Bondo there, so I'm gonna have to shave that down before I paint it. The backs of the ears where it's real thin, I'll hit with this color. A lot of Florida deer have real thin hair on the backs of their ears, especially early season, and the tick sores and all that. So I want to make sure I cover that. It's a little. So that should be good on the cocoa. I'm gonna put my extra back in my bottle because this stuff's expensive and I don't want to waste it. And I'm gonna clean my airbrush. So I want to go ahead and I finish the nose, and I just take a cloth and wipe the paint off the hair. And it doesn't have to be perfect right now because I'm going to get more on it. I just want to take off the majority so I can see as I'm blending these colors, and I make sure I don't leave any hard lines. Everything fades together. And you see that paint wipes right off. All right, I'm gonna go to the pure white now. I can say white. That's for the ears. You got, the hair's thin in there, so I got to make sure I cover all that white, and then I'll add a little color to it if needed on top of the white. With the white, I wanna spray a fine mist in a bigger area like that. I don't want it pinpointed. And I like to start down in the bottom of the ear and the base of the ear. And just move some of that hair out of the way. the very bottom, I'm gonna get real white, and then as I work my way up, I'm just lightly blending it and making sure there's paint everywhere. I don't think that one's gonna need much color. That looks pretty good. Places that are obviously scarred like that, I'll come back with a color and touch it up. On the white, I make sure there's nothing in the white anywhere that needs to be touched up. This one looks good. So I'm done with the white on this deer. Alright, the next color I'm gonna go to, usually I start with this color, but being as the nose wasn't quite dry and that's the first thing I do, I waited. But this is just the natural flesh. So when I'm working on the nose, the the bottom of these glands are light. The top of them will be the dark. So I'm basically wanting my base coat to be the light, and then I'm gonna come back over and blend it. I want to start underneath because it blends light to dark. So I'm gonna start down here. This color here is intimidating to a lot of people first starting out because it doesn't look natural. But I gotta have that light color down in between them glands in order to give it a realistic look. And with this color also, I'm gonna get inside the nostrils. And that's that. Alright, now I'm gonna go with the dark brown. And on the dark brown, I'm gonna do the bottom lip. I'm gonna darken around the eyes, kind of like mascara. And I may touch up a little bit around the nose. On this, I want it real fine, a real fine point, because it's gonna be detailed. Go with that. So I'm gonna start on this lip. I'm just going right where the skin meets the glass. I'm gonna come up here on this nose and just fade that back side in a little. I'll fade the front. Just kind of dull down that natural flesh color. I'm gonna hit a streak on his ear. Cool. That scar right there, I'm just gonna fine tune it a little bit. I'm just gonna add a little shade, like a shadow there. And that should be it for the dark brown. I'm gonna use this little brush, bristle brush, to get inside the nose, and that takes the paint off the hair, so I can see to blend it when I switch my colors. Uh-oh. Ow. This is actually from a gun cleaning kit. Works pretty good. I can take a toothbrush and get inside the mouth and just make sure there's no paint on that hair. That's makeup powder coming off the brush. So I'm gonna go to the jet black, and you gotta be careful with this one because there's not a whole lot of black on a deer, or jet black. So I'm gonna lightly cover this nose. Then I'm gonna hold it a couple inches away. So, closer to the hair, the blacker it is, and it gets lighter coming down. So I'm gonna start up here and just gradually darken it up. And somewhere about the bottom of the nostril is where I'm gonna really get lighter. So I'm gonna really fade here the light. That's all I'm gonna do with the airbrush. Alright, I'm gonna take a good clean cloth and wipe this nose, because you can see there's little hair follicles little bitty hairs in the nose. So I want to make sure that paint is off those hairs. And then same thing here. And then I can see what I'm working with. And you can't hurt it. Wipe it, wipe it, wipe it. So that's going to be really close. I'm going to clean these nostrils a little bit. You can see how it kind of fades down. I got a little bit dark right here. I'm gonna fade that a little bit. But that's pretty good. And to fade that, I'm just gonna take my black, actually. I'm gonna use my makeup kit. Alright, to blend it a little, I'm just gonna use this makeup kit. And I'm gonna go back to the black. I want very little. See how that kind of blended it? Now I'm gonna re-wipe it and see what I got. That's gonna be really close. Alright, I'm gonna take my makeup kit and just touch up a little on the ears. I think I'm done with the airbrush. I'm gonna take this makeup kit. I'm gonna go with a fairly dark brown and just dust a few places to give it some color. Show that scar, that edge, and I'm just cover up them cut edges. That's pretty good. Now I'm just gonna clean the glass of the eyeballs, and I'm just I put black thinner in a little bottle here. Got to be careful if you touch the skin, you're gonna take the paint off the skin. Everything off I can get with my finger. I'm just gonna take a little screwdriver, double this cloth. If not, it'll poke a hole through it. Put me a little lacquer on there, and then I'm gonna run it in the corners. I've got the eyes clean. I'm just gonna wipe all the hair in case there's a mist or overspray. And I got him all wiped down. I'm gonna hang him up on the wall. I don't have really good lighting over here for the camera, but now put a crystal clear enamel over that nose, and this is a glossy finish, so I don't want to go too heavy with it. And it's okay if it gets on the whiskers and the lip and all that. I just don't want it up on the face or the eyes. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. But that's probably gonna be a finish deer, other than the leather on the back. That's that on that deer. I've got a few small things to do to him, but he's almost ready to be picked up. I gotta clean up the back and do the leather. Minor stuff, but I hope y'all enjoyed watching the painting process. It's actually one of the more fun parts of the taxidermy job. Just bringing them back to life. The airbrushing is just the final touch, and it just, I don't know, I just like it. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you on the next one.